Now, shortly after announcing the Outlier Pro wireless earbuds that has ANC, Creative Labs is once again challenging the ANC headphone space with the Creative Zen Hybrid ANC, which I have it right over here for about 2 weeks already, and they are kind enough to send me this really nice standing foldable stand, which also actually comes with a message here, as you can see. But yeah, it actually folds into a really nice paper headphone stand for the Creative Zen Hybrids. So yeah, this pair of headphones are actually really nice. I've been testing them for about 2 weeks and they cost really affordably at $98 US, otherwise 431 ringgit. And let me tell you all about it after using it for 2 weeks. Now, let's talk about build quality. Now, for a pair of $98 headphones, the Creative Zen Hybrid ANCs are actually really well built. As you can see, I can stretch it to this much, so it will actually fit large shades pretty well. Now, these headphones are actually pretty lightweight and compact. They do actually fold just like this, and Creative also offers a storage pouch, a soft one in fact, to store these headphones, which is actually pretty nice of them, unlike some other headphone companies that offer a hard pouch. But I actually prefer this kind of pouch here because it is actually way easier to store it in bags. Now, of course, you do not expect any premium materials right over here because this thing is actually made with plastic, and you also get this metal support right over here that supports the headphones, so it should actually be pretty sturdy instead of just depending on this plastic stem right over here. So yeah, it actually holds up pretty well in my test, but you still got to take care because this is still a plastic material and plastic are prone to breaks, alright? Now, in terms of the headband, you do actually get a really nice soft leather material here, which is actually pretty good when it comes to supporting your head. And you get the soft leather ear cups that actually feels very comfortable to put on for long hours. And I can tell that they don't really feel hot even after wearing for long hours in an air-conditioned room. But if you are actually wearing it outside of the Malaysian hot weather, or if you're in a country that has really hot weather like Malaysia, you can actually sweat quite a lot. Now, thankfully, if you're the kind of person that usually breaks your ear cups, or if you're afraid of this peel leather peeling off after some time, these ear cups are fortunately replaceable. I'm not sure if Creative Labs actually sell them separately if you want to replace them sometime, but yeah, they are actually replaceable. All you need to do is just to force them out. They are actually held on by clips, so you got to be careful on that if you want to just take out for some cleaning or whatever purposes. Otherwise, if you break those clips, you got to buy one to replace the ear cup. Now, in terms of buttons, now on the right ear cup here, you do actually get a couple of buttons here, and I'm really glad that they actually included a dedicated volume rocker. So controlling the Zen Hybrid ANCs does not require you to touch the ear cups or whatever, because that's something that's always very confusing when you're using some other premium wireless headphones that actually uses a touch surface. But this one uses physical buttons, which is actually something that's really good that Creative has done here, right? So you get a volume rocker, of course, and you get a power button that's right over here that also triggers the voice assistant such as Google Assistant or Siri, that if you want to. It does not have Google Assistant or Alexa built in, unfortunately, so you gotta depend on the voice assistant that is on your phone, right? So you also get a 3.5mm port here for wired audio, which is great. And finally, you get an ANC button for you to control ANC, and of course to switch to ambient sound mode if you actually want to hear your background surroundings as you're walking. So I'll talk about the performance in a bit later. And on the left ear cup here, you basically get a USB-C port for charging. Now, unfortunately, this does not support wired USB-C audio, which in some headphones they would have offered way better audio quality because all the sound goes through the DSP of the headphones itself. But this one here doesn't support USB-C sound, which is a little unfortunate. But for a pair of 400 ringgit headphones, I really don't expect that much. In terms of sound quality, the Creative Zen Hybrid ANC delivered excellent sound during my 2-week testing period. So Creative says that they are using custom-tuned 40mm all-range drivers, which will actually do well in all-range frequencies. Now, I do actually find that the Zen Hybrid ANCs can produce very punchy bass, very bright trebles and vocals, but when it comes to detail separation, This is unfortunately not the Creative Zen Hybrid ANC strength because it is actually using an orange driver, so it has to focus on all the frequencies out there. So just in case if you're listening to songs that has a lot of instruments playing in the background, this actually might not sound that good, as all the details will all sound like muddled, or they are sound kind of like mixed together. So it sounds kind of messy when you're listening on this pair of headphones. But I mean, it's a pair of 400 ringgit headphones. You really shouldn't expect good detail separation on this thing. But when it comes to ANC performance, it is actually pretty good. I personally feel that the ANC strength is slightly just below the Sony 1000 XM4s as a reference, so that's actually pretty good ANC performance in my opinion. And of course, there's also the ambient sound mode, which I think it lets in sound very naturally. It's not like a low quality sound recording that's coming into your ears, but they do actually sound very comfortable if you're putting on, and if you just want to hear what's going on around you, it does come in actually very naturally. Now here's a quick test on how well the ANC and ambient sound mode works on the Creative Zen Hybrid. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take off this clip mic and put it onto my right ear cup here. I know this is not the most scientific test ever, but then it actually gives you a good reference on how well the ANC performance works. Alright, so I also have a mechanical keyboard right here, which I'm just going to type later to show you guys on how well it isolates noise. Alright, so let's just take off my clip mic right now. Put over to my right ear cup, and now we have ANC turn off. This is how it sounds like.
ANC on. Ambient sound.
Now, of course, there are some disadvantages here to the listening experience, such as lacking an on-ear detection sensor, which you will have to manually pause your music if you happen to do so. And there is no way that you can adjust the strength of the ambient sound mode or the ANC mode through an app, because most headphones these days, they do actually have their respective apps already. But unfortunately for the Creative Zen Hybrid ANC, it only supports Creative Super X5 app, which actually lets you hear the holographic audio experience that the company has been promoting a lot. So that's something that's really good if you want to experience that. But unfortunately, the Creative Super X5 app doesn't support this pair of ANC headphones when it comes to sound adjustment, and that's something a little disappointing considering that most headphones are already doing that already. The Creative Zen Hybrid ANC connects over to your smartphone using Bluetooth 5.0, but unfortunately, it doesn't support the aptX codec, which might actually disappoint some people out there. But personally, I find the AAC codec to be sufficient for wireless transmission because I do not find any delays when it comes to watching movies and gaming. And personally, I think the Bluetooth transmission works very well in my case. I can walk like far away, about 5-6 feet, and it still stays connected to my phone. When it comes to battery life, the Creative Zen Hybrid is very impressive. So Creative claims that you can actually go up to 37 hours with ANC turned off, and goes down by 10 hours if you have ANC turned on at 27 hours. Personally, I have not been able to deplete the battery completely during my 2-week testing period because I've been only wearing them like about 1.5 hours in a day. So to be honest, the battery life still has about 30% right now. So it definitely isn't an easy headphone to kill if you're listening on it casually, and will definitely last you a long haul flight. Now, when it comes to charging time, Creative says that it will only require 1.5 hours of charging time to get to this length of battery life. It is actually very impressive by all means. So I would actually assume that if you actually charge it for a couple of minutes, you could really last for a good 6 to 7 hours already, and that is actually very impressive on this pair of compact ANC headphones. So that's all for my review of the Creative Zen Hybrid ANC headphones. I really love this pair of headphones. I put it in my bag every time wherever I go. This is my new go-to ANC headphones in my bag whenever I'm traveling around town and I want to quickly enjoy some music. It really sounds good, and it is compact enough to fit in my bags to make me not feel anywhere as compared to my other ANC headphones. So that's pretty much for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming right up on the channel. Subscribe to us and be sure to follow us on social media, and I will see you guys in our very next video.